Okay, this is my POL. Where it all begins, I just have to say this is my last POL I have to give, which is good in a way, but in another way, it's preparing me for next year. Because I plan on taking a speech class for Kirkwood, and it has just helped me so I can get up here and talk in front of people, because that's what we're going to be doing a lot next year. For history is my first one, and for history I chose to share the children's book that we created in class. And the standard that best fit that was understand the role of individuals and groups within a society as promoters of change in the status quo. For this project we were assigned a woman in history that made a change in the status quo, and we got Rankin, and she was the first woman who was elected into the Congress, and she changed the status quo by being the first one elected, and it was a big deal at that time because they were fighting, or it was being fought for women's rights. This is our cover page we did. It's just a picture of her. And here's one of our pages from the books. Starting out, we didn't know anything about her except for her name, so we had to research her background information and her accomplishments. This is our Works Cited page. This book, we made it for younger children, so we had to make sure it was readable to them. So we had to go through and kind of like dumber down some of the words that we learned. And I'm mostly proud of this project because we got to have it published in libraries, and so other kids can see it. And so now I'm a published author, I guess. Oh, that's it. Anyways.
You have to go to edit and move it.
Is that your video?
That's nice.
It's okay. And then next is for English. For English, I went with the book trailer that we made. And we did this to help out the library. The standard that goes with this is determine a central idea or a text and analyze its development over the course of the text, provide an objective summary of the text. We simply got to go to the library and just pick out a book that triggered our interest, and we were given a time period to read it. And then when we were done, we made a QR code and had to put that on the book. We were given like 2 months to read this book kind of outside of class, but me, as I procrastinated a lot, it was about down to the last 2 weeks and I haven't started it. And so I talked to Klausman in class, and he was kind of telling us tips on like what we should do. So he suggested that I get out a calendar and then just mark down like every day of how much I should read. So I started doing that, and then within the last 2 weeks, it was pretty easy because once you start reading, it was interesting. So then you just kept going, and I got it done in time. And the night before, I ended up making the movie trailer, and then I ended up making the movie trailer the night before and turned it in, and everything worked out fine. But this taught me a lot because I know next year when I'm taking harder classes, I can't wait until the last minute, and I can't procrastinate, so I'm going to have to start and get a jump on it. In my 2 years of being in G-Skirt, our focus on every project has been the 4 21st century skills. The most recent project that we did was the Just War project in here. And our group decided right away that we didn't want to do a simple PowerPoint. So that was that video, which was much. So we put together clips and voiceovers, and we made something really interesting. We also decided like right away what we'd do, and so we shared it on like Google Docs, like who's gonna do what, and at the end we collaborated, put it all together, and pulled it off in the end. And that was my example of communication collaboration. Thanks for listening. This is my last video I have to do.